Hello, everybody. This is Jean McDonald with my Transition Tip Tuesday. And this week, we're going to continue talking about overcoming overwhelm. Because as a life coach, overwhelm seems to be one of those top issues that people are dealing with. And it's something even I'm dealing with in my life right now. Got a lot going on, and overwhelm can kind of cause us to just tense up into this tight little ball, and then nothing can get in. Relaxation can't get in, love can't get in, and solutions can't get in. So, how do we unknot that ball? Well, in my letter that I sent out, I mentioned a couple things, focusing on just one thing at a time. That can just allow us to pinpoint, if we can just take all the other stuff out and just look at one thing at a time, that can help. Sometimes taking care of a non priority annoyance and just getting it out of the way can help ease some of that tension. In my case, it had to do with cleaning off my nightstand. I mentioned that about having 13 books and it just I touch it and everything would just go falling to the floor. I had so much stuff in this 2 foot cubic foot area that, you know, a small thing but weighing me down, keeping me in that tense spot. Today I wanted to talk about a solution that's worked for me for years and then suddenly isn't. And that is, well, it's a trio: prayer, contemplation, and meditation. And any of these three, or all of these three, are ways in which we can unknot that ball so that we can let energy back in. It's like a tight muscle where it's so tight, the blood and the healing properties can't get in. And that's what happens when we're overwhelmed. Our body physically, our body emotionally, our body mentally is all tightened up and we want to release it. So in the past, I learned transcendental meditation when I was in high school. And my mother used to say, yeah, my Jeannie, she goes in the room, she's bad mood, she closes the door, 20 minutes, she comes out, she's a nice person again. And it was true. Just having that 20 minutes to totally release allowed me to get back in balance with my true self, not that mean icky self, right? So that was working. But then what happens when that doesn't work? When contemplation, prayer, meditation, you're beyond that point? Well, recently, because I was beyond that point, I admit it. We're all human. We go through things. And I mentioned this before, I was trying something new because I tend to eat my problems. I've gained 30 pounds in the last 10 years because of overwhelm, because of stress. And for me, when I'm stressed, when I'm overwhelmed, kind of a great short-term solution is food. Just some people it could be alcohol. I'm more in the food as my drug of choice versus other drugs or alcohol. But I found that recently, and this has just been like about 2, 3 weeks ago, I started seeing a hypnotherapist for my weight to kind of turn off that button where I eat as a drug. But the wonderful thing about it is to go into that complete relaxation and stay there for a length of time, half an hour or so. Oh my gosh, it allowed my body to physically relax, mentally relax, emotionally relax, and it's allowing all this energy back into my life. I want to point out, since I'm in this room, another way to focus, and right here, oops, right here, it's easier to do it this way, is a vision board. And a vision board, having it here and being, especially when I wake up and look at it right away, is a way to focus on what you want in your life. Sometimes when we're overcome with overwhelm, we forget to see the future. We forget our desires, our goals, our needs. And having a vision board, and mine should not make sense to anybody but me. That's the way they're designed. So I don't mind sharing them. You can get your own um, messages from it, but it's like a dream. This is all personal to me, and each piece on there has a very personal, private meaning. And when I look at that, I it helps me pull that focus away on what I'm going through today with all that tension, and look and see, yeah, this is the goal. This is where I want to be. So why am I focusing on what's happening today when look at the future? It's bright and colorful, and so just more tools, more ways to deal with overwhelm. But for me, any way that I can start to relax and unknot all the tension, that's the key. And any way you can do it, whether it's focusing on one thing at a time, taking care of an annoyance, doing prayer, meditation, contemplation, just as a way to release for a short amount of time, and looking at your future. Well, that's it for today for our Tuesday transition tip. And for more information, to look at old tips, you can go to jeanmcdonald.com. The tips are posted in the education section. Also, there's some writings there. You can also contact me for more information on coaching, or just to have a one on one session, just to talk and see where you are in your life. So, anyway, take care. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.